Hello, beautiful besties. Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Okay. My intention for this reading, I kind of want to find out what's going to be ahead for us this week. What are we stepping into? Are there any opportunities here? Let's find out if there's going to be anything unexpected or any challenges, and just kind of go from here. But you know what? We're starting off the reading on a very good note. Um, and I am so here for it because my first question here is, what energy is our collective stepping into this week? Okay, just to kind of set the vibe and look at what we have here. Ooh, I'm really, really into this energy. We have the Four of Wands, we have Temperance, and at the bottom of the deck, we've got our Queen of Pentacles, and I love the Queen of Pentacles. It comes up a lot for our collective. This is just I feel like it's like our representative queen of our crew, grounded, stable, fierce, focused, self-love queens out here. All right. This is what we are doing. So it looks like this week we're really settling in something, maybe spending some time at home or just being very happy with the foundation that we have built. The Four of Wands is just gorgeous energy. And I know a lot of us see the Four of Wands in love readings and automatically we jump to a partnership, maybe even engagements, unions, and things like that. And totally in a love reading, yes. But at its core, the Four of Wands speaks to feeling stable, feeling grounded, feeling like you have a solid foundation. You have built yourself a solid foundation, whether it be just in general in life. It's a happy home life, okay? And it's feeling like, okay, yeah, sure, there's more work to be done, but we have solidified ourselves on this new path. Okay, that's really what the Four of Wands is talking about. And then with Temperance here, loves, okay, this is like coming into balance. Okay, we've got our head and our heart on the same page this week. We are peaceful. We are doing things, of course, in moderation, taking things one step at a time. We got our head and heart on the same page. Maybe we're being called to be a little bit more patient. That could be a thing. So I will tune in and see if I can pull out any more details for this energy. But on the surface, overall, it's looking very peaceful, joyful, grounded, and stable for the week ahead here for our collective. And you know what? I'm just here for it. But I am going to tune in, okay? I'm going to tune in, take a sip of my coffee, and see what is up for the week. Okay, besties. I did get a little bit more from this sitting with the energy, mostly what we've already talked about. But just another feeling that came up for me while I was tuning in was you are going to find yourself, I feel like more at home and grounded, kind of like in your own skin, okay? Or maybe just cozy and connected at home, okay? Maybe spending some more time. Again, it's going to be either wherever you're really, really comfortable or feeling a lot of joy. So this could be like spending time with people in your close circle, your friendships, or just, really spending some time connecting with the people who you are very comfortable around as well. Not only just feeling comfortable in your own skin, but being comfortable and feeling grounded and at peace with your surroundings, okay? Whether that be at home or at work or at school or wherever the hell you are. It's a really relaxed environment right now. And I feel like, it's kind of like spirit's giving us this like green light to exhale and to relax and to kind of go with the flow this week. I don't see anything chaotic, but stay tuned. We are going to ask about challenges, okay? But it feels like you don't really have to force anything this week. Like you don't need to chase anything down. I feel like you are, drawing in the people and experiences that are meant for you. They're going to feel very easy, very balanced and safe. Okay. So I just feel like this is the peace that you've earned. You're going to really be settling into that feeling this week ahead. But I do want to know first, okay, what is the biggest opportunity for any growth or, where are we being called to level up or do anything this week? What is the biggest opportunity that is going to show up for us this week? What is that? We have, okay, the Seven of Cups. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, let's tune into that because this is interesting energy. Okay, besties. So after tuning in, this is what I'm taking out of it. So when it comes to an opportunity that is going to be presented this week, I feel like Spirit is going to offer you several different choices here with this Seven of Cups, right? But the thing is, right, with the Hierophant sitting next to it here, it's not really about what you choose this week. It is about why you choose it. So let me explain. I feel like there's going to be some kind of invitation to kind of take a moment to pause. Again, remember you're flowing this week, you're grounded this week, you're feeling stable this week, you've got time. You don't need to rush any kind of decision that comes forward this week, but it's going to be a time for you to kind of sit quiet, to pause, to ask yourself, what path or what decision, okay, what decision is really going to honor my values, my truth. And for some of you, what kind of leader are you becoming? Okay. Because with the Hierophant, you could be um, a teacher or an influencer or in a position where you are setting yourself up to be some kind of leader in your community or in whatever space that you are functioning in, even at home. So I feel like for some of y'all, this is going to be bigger than just a decision. It's about really stepping into a role of, like I said, this guide or this teacher or this way shower. You might be realizing that you're here to influence or inspire other people. It could be by not following rules, but maybe rewriting rules, going against the status quo, okay? Because the Hierophant here, like it isn't just doing what or making choices based on tradition, okay, or on how you would normally choose. Sometimes it's about how you relate to that tradition, okay? So are you going to just blindly follow some kind of, script or expectation that, someone else has handed you? Or are you going to be disrupting some old, systems or the old paradigm and maybe create something new and something sacred here for yourself on your own terms? So the opportunity is to choose with your own power, okay, or from a space of power, owning, what's important to you and not out of, fear of maybe disrupting something that has always been in place. Okay. So, you have an opportunity this week to really honor your own wisdom, your own path, your own traditions, your own morals, your own values. And if the system doesn't really make enough space for you, I feel like you are going to have an opportunity this week to kind of change the way things work. Okay. So I don't know if that is, please let me know if that makes sense to you, or maybe it's going to be one of those things that will make sense when that moment comes up for you. When the choice presents itself to you this week, you can always come back or let me know how you feel like that could resonate for you. But again, it's going to be an opportunity that's presented and you're going to have a choice about whether or not, in a nutshell, you do things the same old kind of way, or you're going to do things differently. But either way, it's going to be in alignment with your own personal truth and this vision that you have for yourself about where you are headed, and the path that you're laying out for yourself and maybe even others as well this week. So let's move into a question that I'm loving, okay, is, what unexpected blessings are heading our way this week, okay? What unexpected blessings are heading our way this week? And then we'll move into some challenges or lessons that we might have to face. So it'll unfold as we go here. Stick with me. We have the King of Pentacles showing up. Unexpected blessings. That's always good. It's a good vibe. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and I feel like I need to get one more here on this energy, because maybe even two more. Eight of Pentacles. This might have to do with something at work or a project or a goal, something that you are working on quite diligently here. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, let me tune in. I have to pull on this too because the Ten of Cups is underneath it all. So, all right. Okay, besties, I'm super stoked that I pulled all this energy because it really is clarifying the moment um, and the blessings that are actually coming in this week. So, I mean, I got to be real with you. Some of you might not even see this one coming for real. And I guess it makes sense because, I mean, we asked about the unexpected blessings coming in. So, with the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands, like this is major energy here. So, this week, something really solid is showing up. I believe that it's going to be tied to all of this effort that you've been putting in lately. Okay. I feel like you've been showing up for yourself. You've been doing the work, you know, even when it might have felt a little bit boring or slow, like it's taking way too long. And Spirit's like, okay, it's time to finally see some results here. So it could be a money thing. It could be career related, or you just finally feeling like, damn, I'm actually doing okay. I'm actually doing all right. So with the Four of Cups, though, I mean, it tells me that the blessing might not even look super exciting at first. Like you might not clock it. I mean, you might be like, okay, this is meh. I don't know. But Spirit's saying basically don't brush it off too quick because this is something that is going to grow. Okay. So it's giving long-term security energy. It's giving peace. And with the Ten of Cups showing up at the bottom of the deck, like this is really the start of your happiness. So whatever it is, even though it might, again, it might not show up in a very exciting way. It might be a little, I don't know, but Spirit's saying don't sleep on it because this is actually what's going to be bringing in this like ideal, like happiness situation for you. And so I feel like you're really stepping into this glow up that actually lasts. And it's really not because somebody handed it to you, but it's because you've earned every single bit of it. And so that is a giant flex for you. So congratulations. And I'm just, I just feel like you're just kind of looking around and you're like, wow, I can't believe I did this. But you can believe it because you've been working hard. You haven't given up. You've continuously shown up for yourself or just like haven't quit. So you're just like kind of proud of yourself this week. Not even low key, like pretty high key proud of yourself and just feeling pretty grounded and stable. So I really like it. But of course, we have to ask, what is the main challenge this week? Okay. What is the main challenge? Why death? Oh, geez, that's huge. Okay. Give me some more on the death energy, please, Spirit. All right. Okay. Death. All right. I feel like this one wants to come out. The Devil. Oh, no, you better don't. Oh, no, you better don't. Okay. The main challenge, death, the devil, the moon. Come on. Come on. Let's see. We have the world. At least whatever it is, it's over for good. I got to be real. Okay. Oh, yes. Look at that. The sun. I'm going to pop that right in the middle over our Ten of Cups. But you know what's crazy? Every single one of these are major arcana. So this week, the decisions that you make, and even though, I mean, it's going to feel like, again, go with the flow, pretty grounded, pretty stable, good opportunity coming into you, being super proud of yourself. But I mean, boom, some kind of challenge, but it is the decision that you make this week about whatever this challenge is. And of course, I will tune in and find out the details here, friends. It's going to be a major moment for you, okay? Because this is huge. There's going to be a very, 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 very important decision that you make this week, okay? So hang on. So like I said a little bit earlier, that even though everything's going to be, pretty grounded and positive, your main challenge, it's not going to be necessarily a small thing for you because of these majors. All of these majors here are basically telling me that something really big is shifting. And it's definitely not just like in your outer world, okay? There's something here that's really going to touch you at your core, like your identity, your beliefs, and maybe even the story that you have been living by, So there's basically a huge turning point happening this week, and it's big. It's like a plot twist, okay? There's some kind of decision or a realization that has the potential to redefine the direction that you're moving in, right? And that's why I feel like it's going to be so important that when this opportunity comes up for you this week, that you really choose carefully and make sure that you are honoring yourself and your vision for the future. Okay. Because yeah, I mean, this is like a defining moment that's going to happen this week. Death here, I mean, it brings in that invitation, I'm going to say, to completely release something. But it's not just about letting go. It's really about recognizing what's truly over. Okay. And finally allowing yourself to stop like trying to fix it or revive it or even friggin' negotiate with it. Okay. And with the devil, I mean, it's asking you to take this honest look at what has been holding you back, and not just in like a toxic way or relationships or things like that. It's really about some of these more subtle places where comfort has been replacing growth. Okay. So where you maybe settled for less, or, kept quiet to keep the peace, or maybe avoided change because it felt a little too risky, right? And the moon here, I mean, that's emotional fog. Okay. It's uncertainty. You might not have all the answers this week, and it can feel a little bit unsettling. Okay. So especially when you are being asked to trust your inner voice over any kind of external validation. But with the world, I mean, and the sun, it tells me that once you move through this threshold, something beautiful is waiting for you on the other side of it. So there's going to be this sense of completion. Okay. But again, no pressure. It's very flowy. I know I'm like, it's a major moment, but there's no pressure because I don't feel like you're going to have to make a choice or make a move immediately. Like this energy, because it's so big, it might carry over into the next week as well. So again, take your time. Don't rush into anything that you don't feel comfortable with, but still challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone when actually going through and making a decision. Okay, this week. Okay, I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Just know that, once you actually move through it, like I said, it's going to feel like something's over. Okay. And now a new beginning that comes from truth and not illusion. It's happening for you. Okay. So you don't have to have it all figured out right away. But if you meet this moment here this week with honesty and courage, there is clarity and peace on the other side. All right. So yeah, the challenge this week isn't really about, it's not really about like surviving chaos, but it's about consciously stepping into your next chapter. And it takes courage, but you are absolutely ready to do it. So it's going to look a little bit different for everybody, all right, as the week unfolds. And I am just going to leave it general with the vibe, with the energy, and you'll see how this comes up for you in your week. Okay. Like I said, for some of you, this could be with, a goal. Some of you, this could be at work. Some of you, this could be in a relationship at home. I mean, you're going to have to place it how it fits for you. Okay. But I want to know what old pattern we are ready to release, because with the Hierophant too, and death and the devil and the moon, I mean, this energy is like you are releasing something and doing something differently, Okay, so I want to know what that old pattern could be. I feel like you are rewriting this new story for yourself. Okay, so what old pattern are we finally ready to release here? And then we'll ask also what support or guidance is available for us. Okay. Old pattern. Oh, 9 of Swords, worry, anxiety, all the what ifs. Okay. Ugh, everything is fine. Oh, geez. Okay. I know this one. The old pattern. Getting in our heads too much about it, really pretending that everything's fine when it's not. Just really, it's at the end of the day, there is a theme that has been stalking us here on this channel. And it's like about not being palatable and not being small and not going, just going with something that doesn't feel right for you, just to keep the peace, that kind of an energy. It can be very scary when we're out here doing things differently or challenging systems, or, and that's why we are the Divine Feminists, right? Maybe you are out here freaking challenging the patriarchy in some way. Like I said, it's going to hit different for many of you this week, okay? But it is like worry over, if I speak out, if I speak up, if I speak truth to power, if I go my own way, if I, make new choices, is it going to end up like stabbing me in the back or coming back to haunt me? Or, what if it doesn't work out? Everything is not fine. I can't just go through my life saying that everything's fine when it absolutely isn't, So this is the old pattern that we are ready to release, right? Everybody here is done living in this panic mode, okay? Of, if I step out of the line, or if I challenge a system, or if I do something differently, I will be punished for it, or something like that. It's very much worrying about all of the ways in which something could go wrong. Okay. And so we're not focusing on what could go wrong anymore. That's it's like a loop of overthinking and worrying and anxiety and fear. And it's working through all of it. And just, again, there's going to be, I feel like you're going to really your challenge, going back to your challenge a little bit, is the courage to kind of stand out. The courage to stand on your own, even, or, something like that, to show up differently, in a different way, regardless of, any real or even perceived consequences. Okay. I know it's kind of huge, but I feel like you are ready to do that, because I just feel like when we're so worried about what other people think, or what could go wrong, or all the things, we do tend to make decisions, or we have in the past, an old pattern that we're releasing, make decisions based on what we feel others expect us to do, or, again, staying in line for some of you, or coloring inside the lines and not, doing anything to disrupt or to challenge or rebel. This is like non-conformity. Okay. So it's going to look different, but this is the pattern that you're breaking. Okay. And you're ready to release it. So it's almost like giving absolute zero fucks and just, putting yourself out there in some way, standing alone, and maybe speaking truth to power, or challenging it, some kind of system or something that hasn't been working for you. And you're no longer willing to sacrifice yourself, or your sense of self, or your worth, or, your beliefs, or your morals, or your values, okay, anymore. It's like, I just heard, it's so funny, because, it's classic 80s tune, but it's giving a Twisted Sister, like, we're not going to take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. That's what it's giving, okay? So some of you could have that as like a rah-rah anthem. I mean, if you want to plug in and tune into that message as like hype song this week, it's like, we're not gonna take it anymore energy, okay? And you're finally done with it. You're just done with it. So what support or guidance is available from your spirit team this week? What support or guidance is available? What support or guidance is available for you this week as you stand up and fight for something, your power? Okay, fight the power. I don't know, this week is going to be pretty big. We got with spiritual rebellion a couple days ago. That was kind of giving some of that energy spilling over. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups, and let's get more. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and I feel like at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. All right, so let me tune in to find out what guidance or support is going to be available to us this week. Okay, so first of all, I'm loving the Four of Pentacles in reverse, because that basically lets me know that Spirit and your whole freaking team is supporting you in letting go, okay? And, not just letting go of control, but definitely letting go of fear or a need to maybe keep it all together or to hold it in or to protect yourself from disappointment, everything here. Spirit's basically saying it's safe to relax. It's safe to be a little softer now. Um, it's safe to choose you, okay? And to choose, you're safe. You're gonna, like, you're not going to be ostracized or persecuted or whatever. It's safe to speak your truth, okay, and live your truth this week. All right. So you're not going to be asked to push any harder. All right. Even though there's going to be some major choices this week and maybe even a little bit of an emotional release here, but you're going to gain the clarity. I feel like you're mostly just being asked to trust that what you've already been working on is growing, and you are going to be okay to challenge any kind of systems that need changing and things like that this week, okay? And with the Nine of Cups, I mean, that's just your reminder that your joy isn't really something that you have to earn, okay? You're allowed to want what you want, right? You're allowed to feel good. You're allowed to be proud of how far you come. And even if it doesn't look perfect yet, you should be damn well proud of yourself. And I feel like you will be this week, okay? Because you have come a long way. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I mean, Spirit's basically just acknowledging the patience actually that it has taken you to get to this point. So all of the work that you've done behind the scenes, I mean, all of the inner healing that nobody can see, right? You might still be waiting on the big moment, right? But the shift, I mean, it's already taken place. Okay. So you're going to be seeing that this week, and Spirit wants you to know, like, it's already happened. Okay. You're already there, right? You're already there. And we don't have to keep saying, oh my gosh, the shift is going to happen, because you're already in the middle of it. You're doing it. It's happening. Here we are, and I feel like with the Page of Cups here, it's like, it's going to, like, the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups will show up, is what I'm trying to say, as like kind of a curious, open-hearted energy, right? So this is a little bit of a nudge to stay open to signs and synchronicities and dreams and unexpected connections. Okay, so be like the Page of Cups this week. This is how you're being, this is the guidance, right? It's just kind of show up in this way where you are curious and, soft. Again, I keep hearing soft, but it's like, it's a beautiful vibe, really. It's like, oh, what's this about? It's like recognizing, like, say you're on a walk, right? And you stopped to check out a little flower or something. Oh, what's this about? And then you realize, oh, it has 7 petals and 7's your favorite number. And then you're reminded of 7s all day. And then, you get some kind of like message, right? It's all about the synchronicity. So stop, remain curious. I don't know where I was going with 7s, but if it's your favorite number, pop it in the comments, because somebody was thinking 7 for some reason and I was picking up on it. But anyway, it's very interesting, but whatever. It's basically saying, okay, Spirit's communicating to you this week, and it might be through like art or music or tiny little intuitive hits and moments that kind of feel like whispers. So be curious, be open, trust those, follow them, right? So you're more connected than you realize this week. And even if my example didn't really land with you, I feel like you get the point of what I'm trying to say. It's these little things that are going to lead you to more signs. I don't know. It feels like a freaking little treasure, like a treasure hunt, or what are those? Scavenger hunt. I don't know why it's giving that, but just follow those little signs, because you're going to get the information that you need, and then it is going to help you feel more connected again than what you realize you are. Okay, so I feel like the final message for me, I mean, it's pretty clear here. You're supported. I feel like you're held. I feel like you're ready, and it is okay to let go, to receive, and you're definitely not going to miss what is meant for you this week. So I'm here for it. If this message resonated with you, or if you enjoyed it, please let me know. If you would like me to continue, because we've already established that we do Soulful Sundays, and I post every Monday too. So would you like all of the Monday readings to be the week ahead. Like, let's build this space for what you want to hear too, right? So please, because this is like a new space, and I do 4 readings a week. We can have our maybe we'll call them Mystic Mondays, and we'll look at the week ahead. So let me know, give me some feedback. I'm very much open to creating a space where you want to be, right? So I'm here for it either way. Anyways, I hope you have a blessed week, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. But of course, I post shorts every single day. And y'all, it has been so foggy here on the coast. So some of them are going to be, sunny and beautiful, and others are going to be foggy. But I hope those little hits of divine guidance land right with you. Those come out every single day. So anyways, if you're new here and you like my vibe, we would love for you to subscribe and join our ever-growing movement of Divine Feminists looking for empowering messages about themselves and the things, that you need to hear from Spirit in your growth and your journey and your glow up and all of the good things. So anyway, I'll speak to you in the next reading. Take care, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.